Hello everyone and welcome to iDay. iDay is move into your iPlanner day. It's the first Saturday after Thanksgiving and Black Friday, and it's the perfect day to get all moved into your new 2020 iPlanner so that December goes by smoothly and you transition into the new year effortlessly. And it can be that easy. So what you're looking at on my screen, this is what I'm going to show you in this very first video, is I'm going to get you thinking about your covers. The iPlanner comes out of the box, ready to go, and there are covers that are included that have already been made for you. So you don't have to make your own custom cover. However, I'm going to walk you through that as well. There's three ways you can look at this. You could either use the planner out of the box with the covers that come with it, or you can customize a little, or you can customize a lot. I had a friend that explained this analogy to me when it comes to creating. You can either go to the bakery and purchase a cake that someone else baked for you and bring it home. All you have to do is open the box and eat it. Or you can buy a box cake and all you have to do is add some liquid to it. All the ingredients are in the box and you bake it and then it's ready to go. Or you can bake a cake from scratch. So you have all three of those options with the iPlanner, and you don't have to stick to any one of them. But I give you all the tools to make something from scratch, to decorate your page or your cover or your tabs. And I give you all the tools to do that. However, the iPlanner is ready to go right out of the box. You don't have to do any decorating at all. Okay, so let me just show you the planner that I'm using this year. Again, surprise, Mason. I just love the Mason because it's so minimalistic and I could add any color, any time, any week, any month, and it doesn't conflict with the colors that are already chosen in the color planners. And that's just how I roll. I just like, when I'm going to decorate, I want to choose my palette and I want to go with it, and my palette is seen all over across the board. So that's why I go with the Mason year after year. If you find that you rarely decorate or you want to have the same palette throughout the whole year, one of the color planners would be for you. All right, so if I'm going to use one of the covers that comes with the iPlanner, I'll simply tap the 4 squares at the top, and here you can see the covers that come with the Mason, and I'll just tap and hold and drag and drop, and it moves it to the up front and center, and that will be my thumbnail for this planner if I leave it that way, which I'm not. I'm going to go ahead and move this one. The other thing you can do is you can use either the spiral template that I've created for Keynote, or you can use the bound template that I've created for Keynote, and they're both iDesign shapes, so they're fillable and you can just take it as far as your imagination can go. So I'm going to walk you through that as well. Let's go over to Keynote. And here you can see where I've been working on some covers. This is the bound cover. I tend to like to use this for my covers, but you can also use the spiral. And let me show you that. These are the spiral pages and they fit perfectly right over the spiral. You do have to crop and resize just a little bit depending on what styles you use when you're adding drop shadows and things to your page. You can fill these with colors, you can fill them with photos, you can fill them with patterns. There are tons of patterns in the iStore. And that would be kind of like baking a cake from a box, because the patterns are already there for you, the shapes are already there, you just tap and fill and you're good to go. But if you want to go all the way from scratch, there's something else that was new last week in the store, and I'll show you how to use these. And these are the pattern shapes. So it's like filling your patterns a step further. So you would take these shapes and you would create your own patterns using the pattern fills from the iStore. And I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. Here's 2 that I made already. And I'll just go ahead and show you how to make these. Since I made them already, it'll just be easier and faster for me to walk you through that. So for that, I'm going to tap on this shape and then I'll copy it. And then I'm going to add a page and I'll stretch it as wide as my page. And I'm also centering it because I'm going to put a background on this as well. So I'm going to combine 2 shapes, 2 pattern fill shapes to make one pattern. These colors can be filled separately, so I'm going to go ahead and fill the green ones first. And I'll go to my camera roll and I'm going to use the gilded. That's also new. That came out a few weeks ago. And let's see, what color do I want to use? I guess this time I'll use the gold. And then the blue, I'll make those white. And I know there's white in Bennett. And now I want to go get a background. 2 of these pattern fill shapes have backgrounds that are the full size. So that would be this one, and this one has a background. So what I'm going to do is tap right on that gray, double tap it, and copy. And go ahead and paste it onto my slide. And I'm going to make that as wide as my slide. And center it. And it, of course, it's covering up my pattern. So now I need to move it to the back. So I press the paint brush, arrange, and then I take this slider and I slide it all the way to the left, and that puts it in the back. And now I want to fill it with something. So I'll go back to my camera roll. I'm going to tap image, replace, scroll through my camera roll, and I'm looking actually for a navy. I can't remember where I last saw a navy, but that's what color I want to use, if I can remember where I have one. Ah, there we go. I just love the look of that. Okay, so my pattern is done. I just did it just that fast. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to export it to my camera roll so that I can fill my cover with it. So I'm going to tap on the 3 dots right here. Export to images. And I've got the high quality JPEG selected, which is good. I want to just send slide number 2 to my camera roll, not the whole presentation. Okay, so it's ready to go. I'm going to tap export, and then I'm going to save the image, and that's going to put it in my camera roll. And now I'm going to go back to my covers. And you see, because I have my Keynote so organized, I can just jump around and design all kinds of things very, very quickly. Okay, I'm going to add a new slide. I'm going to copy my cover. And I'm going to add it to my slide. And the reason that I copy it and paste it, you've probably heard me say this before, I want to keep my original the way I loaded it originally. So I just always make duplicates. All right, so I made that as big as my slide. I'm going to double tap because I want to fill just the purple area. And I'm going to go to Recents and fill it with that navy cover that I just made. Navy and gold. I think that's so pretty together. Okay, so as you can see, it doesn't fill my cover all the way. So now I'm going to double tap, and I'm going to move this slider over until it completely fills top and bottom. And you can move this side to side as well until you're happy with the placement. Then you tap done. So now I want to add a label, and for this I'm going to use one of the Key Life journaling shapes. I'm going to go ahead and choose this one, copy, go back to my cover and paste. And of course I'm going to change the color, and I'm going to add a style. I don't want this to be too big because I want it to look realistic. I was trying to make it go over that gold because I want to see if I can get away with putting a gold label. Let's just see how that looks. I'm going to go back to Gilded, choose the gold, and I want to make that a little bit bigger. And I'm going to add a drop shadow. And now I want to add 2020 to my label. So for this, I've created 2020 text that's fillable. You can fill it with any patterns or colors. And I like this one. So I'm going to copy it, go back over, paste. And of course, I want that to be white. So I'm going to go to Image, Replace, and go to a collection that I know has white. One last thing I want to do is I want to add a style to my cover. So I double tap on the cover, go to Styles, turn on Drop Shadow, and my favorite is this outward curve. And now my cover is all done. I'm going to select all and copy it. I'm going to go to my planner, paste it, and of course it needs to be cropped. The reason it has to be cropped is because you see this wide bounding box, and the reason that that is there is because of the style that I used. The style that I used goes way off the board. It's easy to crop it over here, so that's not a problem. Just tap it again, crop. I want to be careful along the bottom. I don't want to crop out my effect, that drop shadow that is there. And now I'm going to size it. If I get the width right, I know the length is right because this is completely proportioned to the iPlanner. And that is going to get it. I think I want it just a smidge wider. I kind of like my cover to overlap the tabs a little bit because then I feel like it looks a little bit more realistic. And I want that drop shadow. That drop shadow will even show in the thumbnails. So there is my cover. And so when I go to my thumbnails, that is very easy to spot. I'll recognize my 2020 planner very quickly at a glance. Okay, now it's your turn. I want to see your cover for your new 2020 iPlanner. Post it below this video and you will earn iStore bucks for posting your cover and completing the assignment. Until the next video, everyone. Bye.